ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chief Science Officer's pre-training training. This should be very exciting as we get ready to start up our new year and as we transition with all the new happenings in the world, right? So as we do that, this is to help streamline and make everything a little bit easier.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for being here. Everyone that you see on these slides, these are important people. These are people that help keep CSO running. So over on the left is Dr. Jeremy Babinger. He's the Executive Director and the founder of the Chief Science Officer program. And then right next to him is Kelly Green. She's the Director of Student Success and kind of like the head honcho. And then next to her is Jake Lounsbury, who you guys just saw get booted from the Zoom meeting. But basically, he's in charge of global partnerships, just talking with different people around the world about the CSO program. And then Casey, who is awesome in running the slides for us, is the enrollment coordinator. And then down on the bottom, we have Hope Parker, who works on curriculum and training. And then my mom, Tammy, who is in charge of the advisor trainings. So if you guys need any help this year, you guys can reach out to anyone on this team.
So I'm going to introduce our CSO International Leadership Council members. We have been collaborating over the past couple of months to bring you guys the best experience possible given our situations, especially during the pandemic impact on the school start for 2021. The trainers today will be supporting the CSO warm-up trainings and giving a basic overview of Chief Science Officer. Please feel free to connect with them in the chat and breakout rooms at any time today. We have the G Squad. They will be helping you get logged in today and can be reached at any time during the year through the tools in Google, which they will go over, especially Hangouts.
All right, so here we have an icebreaker. So if you guys have the chat function, please post your name and where you're from. And then after that, answer the following. Whether you prefer books or movies, Coke or Pepsi, dance, and whether pineapple should be on pizza or no pineapple. And you can post that right now.
As you begin the journey of being a Chief Science Officer, we would like you to answer this question. What does being a Chief Science Officer mean to you? Now, keep this in mind that it will change and it will adapt, that your definition of it will change as you go through today's warm-up training and the actual training in August. It'll change when you engage with some professionals, meet other CSOs, and hopefully after social distancing ends, when you actually attend a CSO in person. We want to make sure you are prepared to introduce yourself, whether online or in person, using our CSO standard introduction. You will need to practice, so everyone humor me for a second. While on mute, say the phrase, "Hello, my name is," and then insert your name, the Chief Science Officer from your school. So provided everyone practice that on mute and see how it felt. I want to keep in mind if you guys are thinking if that's comfortable, and if you are comfortable with saying it, if you could record yourself, send us a message in the chat box, and we will ask for volunteers after a few more slides.
I would love to see the videos. If you guys turn your videos on so I can see you. You don't have to unmute, but I want to see you actually read that sentence. Hello, my name is Kelly, the CSO Director of Student Success from Western New York. So I want to see your lips move. I want you to read it and practice it. I know some of you have done it. Jake is totally faking. Did anybody stutter over Chief Science Officer? I know that one's always a tongue twister. All right. Thank you so much for turning your videos back on. I wanted to peek and see you. I didn't even turn mine on. Here you go. There, yay, I'm so glad you're here. All right, turn them back off for good bandwidth. All right, next slide.
everyone for practicing that. So the CSO International program has continued to develop and adapt to the needs of the participants, but the mission is clear: to engage a global network of 6th to 12th graders to be STEM ambassadors. It is important that all CSOs work on leadership development, become more aware of STEM opportunities, and improve their employability skills. The CSO program will expect you to be a user of technology, advocate for diverse learners at your site, and to be a critical, creative thinker.
Hello, everybody. I am CSO Prisha from Arizona. Truly, the vision is based on our ability as a global network to be change makers. What difference do you want to see on your campus, in your community, around your state, or even in your country? The CSO program believes in us. The vision is empowering CSOs to take action and be aware of our ability to make a difference.
How does the CSO program support the missions and visions? Regional leads and cabinet coordinators are very important. My name is CSO Dania from Ciudad Obregón in Sonora, Mexico. Along with your CSO advisor and site administrators, the CSO program structure is designed to allow you to communicate, collaborate, and engage with other CSOs and adults. A lot of people are building STEM awareness, so you can communicate with them more than others. Within your cabinet and your region, you will also have CSOs who serve as leadership council members to support you along the way. All of the CSO leading the call are willing to help since we have been in the program for at least a year, but some have been in it for over 3 or 4 years. Some since it started, like Lauren, but I don't know if Lauren is on right now. She's very willing to help, just in case she's not on.
I am, absolutely. I started the program back when I was a 6th grader and was a part of the original cohort of CSOs. I'm going into my junior year of high school, and this will be my 6th year in the program. CSOs like myself and everyone on this call are very well experienced with the program, and we're happy to help you in any way we can. So please feel free to reach out.
Well, I am CSO Chalet, and like Marissa mentioned earlier, I am a member of the International Leadership Council. So the CSO program goals are truly the foundation for all things we do as CSOs. We want to create a global network of diverse STEM leaders. And remember, when we say diverse, we don't just mean race and gender, but also different types of thinking. Remember the gold and the green and the blue and orange and all of those different types. We need everyone on a team to be successful. Using G Suite allows CSOs to communicate and collaborate in a safe online environment. Your email and Drive within the CSO platform will only connect with those within our network, so remember that. Through your action plan, you will enrich STEM culture and build STEM awareness. Maybe you are thinking of starting a club, hosting a STEM career panel, or teaching others a STEM activity. Of course, this looks a little bit different with the online model, but no matter what you decide, your action plan is the most important assignment during the year. However, using your voice will be rewarding. During your year as a CSO, you will be invited to meet a variety of STEM professionals and engage in important conversations in your community. Remember, your voice represents you, your peers, and your community. Together, we represent the entire CSO network, and people are listening. So, with that, can we please have a couple of volunteers unmute themselves and use their CSO introduction to introduce themselves to all of us?
So is there any new CSO who'd like to use the introduction? Go ahead, Andres.
Hello everyone. My name is Andres, and I am a CSO from Arizona, and this is my first year.
Perfect. So remember,
thank you so much.
Remember to use the whole word, right? Hello, my name is Andres, the Chief Science Officer at, and say your school, and you can say in Arizona. Perfect. Do we have another volunteer?
I'll go.
Perfect. Go for it.
Hi, my name is CSO Renee, and I'm from Wigwam Creek Middle School in Arizona.
Perfect. Remember to say Chief Science Officer. I see Nora is ready. Turn on your video and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Nora, and I'm a second-year Chief Science Officer at Jefferson Middle School.
Perfect. And I saw somebody else raise their hand. Any other volunteers? David. He's an
So,
advisor.
my name isn't David. It's just for some reason it says it is. My name is Noam Garari. I'm a chief science officer at Pardes Jewish Day School in Arizona.
Perfect. And just a reminder, we want to use just your first names for so child protection as our insurance, right? We want to make sure you say, hello, my name is first name only, and you can say your school, then your state. So excellent. Keep practicing because you're going to need that all year long. We also want you to be able to type it because when you go onto a virtual meeting, you're going to have to introduce yourself in the chat box. So one more time in the chat box, right? Hello, my name is the Chief Science Officer at your school name.
Thank you, CSO Chalet. I'll go ahead and use my introduction again. Hi, everyone. I'm Chief Science Officer Marissa from Litchfield, Arizona. And as you can see from today's participants, we have CSOs all over, and the CSO program still continues to grow. We are excited to see all of you online today and look forward to our plans to expand to India, Louisiana, and 3 new states in Mexico. That'll be good for Danya, right? Represent. Together, we can make a dynamic impact around the world today. Thank you.
Hi everyone, so my name is CSO Angela and I was a part of the CSO program for 2 years. So I actually graduated this year, so now I'm an alumni. But during those 2 years, I was part of the Arizona Leadership Council as well as the International Leadership Council. Now that I've graduated, I'll be going to Berkeley, but since I'm still staying a part of the alumni organization, I'll still be here if you guys ever need any help. So I'm really glad that all of you guys are here. It's really nice to see all of you guys again, especially since we couldn't do an in-person leadership training. So just to give some background about my personal CSO journey, so I joined the program in junior year, and during that year, I was able to help out with a lot of really cool projects, like the health career fair at my school, a STEM career fair, and also I worked with Viasat to come up with a presentation for the Arizona SciTech Kickoff Conference, and I was able to do a lot of cool things there. So one of the biggest lessons I've learned from being a CSO is just to be persistent about what you're passionate about. So I was really passionate about the program even though I only joined my junior year, and because of that, I was like really persistent and I did a lot of like action plans, and like people tend to like recognize that. So if you are really passionate about this program, just like take advantage of your opportunities and go for it. That's also something I learned my senior year, because during my senior year, I became part of the Arizona and International Leadership Councils, as well as some like other cool projects. I went to the DC Summit for Chief Science Officers, and it was a really amazing opportunity. I got to meet a lot of cool people from like NASA and the Defense Intelligence Agency and the National Science Foundation. And through that, I was able to take advantage of my opportunities and become inspired by some of the like lessons we learned from the people we met. So because of that, after I came back, I was able to apply for the Infiniscope project, which was a partnership between ASU and NASA to develop like virtual learning tools. And so I was able to take some of the lessons and like inspiration I got from like meeting some of the people who worked at NASA and come back and use that to like develop my action plans and impact the community. So from that, I would advise you guys just to like take advantage of all your opportunities. You have so many amazing connections in this program and you can meet so many cool people. Even just from going to like a networking event, you can connect with so many companies. For example, during a networking event, that was how I met Viasat. And from that, like Viasat personally contacted me. I went to their headquarters and we began to work on a workshop and presentation for the SciTech Kickoff Conference. So just don't be afraid to put yourself out there and just make sure you take advantage of your opportunities. But lastly, since I'm now an alumni instead of like a regular member of the Chief Science Officers program, I'd like to talk a little bit about the Alumni Foundation. So once you graduate, you'll become a part of the alumni. And even though you won't like still be necessarily like developing action plans, we're still here to help you. So if any of you guys have any like problems or would like someone to talk to, just feel free to contact the alumni. You can reach us on the CSO website. There's a contact us button, I think, and you can just like fill out a little form, and then we can like schedule a meetup or just like do some mentoring or just talk about whatever you'd like.
Hi, everyone. I'm CSO Mackenzie. I am a CSO alum from Michigan. I was a CSO my junior and senior years in high school, and now I go to Concordia University, Chicago. A lot of people have been working behind the scenes to put this together, so we really just wanted to make sure like the whole school was covered in 3D printing, that everyone knew about it, because it's a really awesome thing that not a lot of people do. So we printed a lot. So here's a picture of the printer down here on the bottom right. And then we printed everything from like signs to go above doors to like Christmas and Halloween decorations. We got students involved. During one of the classes for Star Wars Day, May the 4th, all students got to design their own lightsabers and print them. And they got to vote on whose was the best. It was really cool. We even printed a part to fix some tables in the library. So that was really awesome and saved the school some money too. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, so I did a lot of 3D printing my junior year, and then I kept 3D printing quite a bit my senior year. But then switched, I really wanted to do a teen science cafe. So me and one of our other CSOs from my school did a teen science cafe. The goal was to have 4 presenters and have 50 students show up. And we had 53 students and some parents and teachers come, which was really awesome. It was a big moment for us. So there's a picture of that right here in the top center. Some of our other CSOs from our school focused on other things. So one of our CSOs really enjoyed talking about animals. And so they got a whole bunch of different animals that they like raised in our classroom. So we have an iguana, which is here down at the bottom. Her name is Izzy. A piranha, his name was Diablo, a leopard gecko, a hedgehog, a whole bunch. And so we'd raise them in the classroom, and then like our high school students got to see them then. And then once or twice a year, they created a lesson plan and took the animals to the elementary schools. And they were able to teach the elementary students about the animals, their habitats, what they eat, things like that. So that was really, really cool. And the kids loved that, of course. Like, who doesn't love to see an iguana? And then we also did a lot with botany barrels, which are up here in the top left corner. And so these were like self-sustaining hydroponic barrels that we use to plant fruits and vegetables in. And the goal was to have one at every elementary school along with a lesson plan. That way the kids at the elementary schools could grow their own fruits and veggies. And then also they'd have a lesson plan to go along with it to learn more about agriculture and, hydroponics and things like that. So that was really fun. We did a lot with the elementary students, and that was really cool, and they enjoyed that. So one of my favorite parts about being a CSO were the cabinet meetings. So we went to a lot of different places. We looked at agriculture, medical, automotive, chemical, and architectural STEM workplaces. I really loved learning about different careers and internship opportunities, because then I could go back to school and my friends and my peers would ask me questions about different majors and different careers and such, and I had information, facts that I can give them. I think that's probably the best part about being a CSO, is being able to like tell your friends and your schoolmates, like, I think you'd be really good at this, or if you're interested in this, like, here's, a great career path. That was really fun. And so this picture up here in the top left is from Hemlock Semiconductor, and they make the world's purest polysilicon and semiconductor chemical. That was a really awesome opportunity. This place in Michigan, they are a huge company, and they use more energy in Michigan than the city of Lansing and Ann Arbor combined. So that's kind of a lot. And then this bottom picture here, we went to Michigan Sugar, which is a sugar beet factory. So they turn sugar beets into sugar. And we were able to see the process from like the farms where they grow the sugar beets all the way up until when they are turned into table sugar. And we like watched them get in the tractor and like pick up all the sugar beets, and one of them fell out, and we dared our advisor to eat it, and he did. So there's that picture. That was a really fun day. And then at the end of every school year, we have like a celebration / award ceremony for our CSOs. And so these two pictures are from that. So this is the bottom picture here is our team receiving some awards. And then this top picture is every year we take a big group photo and sign the edges, and we give that to a representative from Dow. Dow is a big chemical company that gives us a lot of funding for our program. So there is us giving that to a representative from Dow. So that's really fun, a lot of really fun times. And then an added bonus of being a CSO includes possible trips. I was lucky to have the opportunity to participate in the National Science Foundation's iTest Summit, where we were able to go and present the CSO program. And it was really terrifying because there were like a bunch of really fancy like scientists who were all, sharing their findings and what they were doing. And then there were like us 6 students from middle and high school. And we were like, oh, this is terrifying. But it was a really cool opportunity. It was really fun. And then I was able to come back to DC for the International CSO Summit. That was my senior year. And that's where all these pictures are from. We went to so many different places and did so much. We were only there for like 3 or 4 days, but every day was jam-packed. So we got to go to Google, we got to go to the National Science Foundation, the Office of Science and Technology Policy. It was just a lot of really cool stuff. And we got to meet with a staffer from our senator's office. So that's what this bottom picture is here. And that was really fun too. And as much fun as going to DC is, I really think that we did a lot more like satisfying work within our schools, because it was just like instant reaction. When you talk to your friend and you're like, hey, this is a really awesome opportunity. I think you should, go and apply for an internship. And they're like, yeah, that's really cool. And so you're able to see like right away the impact you're having. And also like going and hanging out with the elementary school kids and teaching them about animals and plants. Like that was so much fun. So I really think those like moments in my school were a lot more fun and like a lot more impactful to me than going to DC. But this was still a really awesome opportunity and like a great learning experience. As a CSO, I have learned quite a bit. Public speaking, for instance, still not really my forte, but here we are. But I've spoken within the program a number of times. I introduced a keynote speaker in DC at the iTest Summit. I've made announcements in front of my school. I've presented to my school board. I've helped with Leadership Training Institute. I'm still not really great at public speaking, but I'm getting better. And while like getting better at that is really cool, I think what like lesson I've learned is to put myself out there and try things that I normally wouldn't try. The first time someone asked me to speak, I really did not want to, but I said yes anyway. And I think that was the first step into, learning to do things I'm not comfortable with to get better at them. And that's something that you really have an opportunity to do a lot within the CSO program, is to, say yes to things you normally wouldn't do and just learn and experience so much. And then also we did a lot of 3D printing, and 3D printing is really expensive. So we often had to apply for grants from local businesses, nonprofits, and like banks and credit unions and such. And applying for grants is really confusing and not always easy. So we, did a lot of that. And what I learned is money does not grow on trees. It's really easy sometimes for us students, like we don't really have to worry about where our school's funding comes from and things like that. So a lot of times we forget that, we have to pay for stuff, and 3D printing is really expensive. So that's something that we learned, is just like, it costs money, it takes money, and money like doesn't come easy. So you have to work hard and spend your money well. And then this is a plaque that I printed because our credit union gave us a grant, and so that was just to thank them. But yeah, so writing grants, speaking, going to cabinet meetings, and networking, I think in all of that, the biggest lesson I learned was how to interact professionally and represent myself, my school, and the CSO program properly. We think a lot about how we represent our schools and our programs, but a lot of times we forget that we're also representing ourselves. So like these STEM professionals that you're going to interact with, they one day might be the contact you need to help get you an internship or a job, or maybe they'll even be your boss one day. So it's important that we represent ourselves correctly, and we give good first impressions because these are people you're going to be interacting with later in life. And that's really cool to think about, that you're making all these connections, but it's also important just to represent yourself well. I'm very sorry if you hear my dogs barking. So I have 2 pieces of advice that I give to you. The first is to be yourself. You are not a robot. You are very unique. Everyone has unique personalities, and we're all teenagers here, or almost teenagers, so we should let our personalities shine through and, really show them off. And it's important to be professional, of course, but there needs to be a balance between being professional and, being yourself. And like this picture here, we're all being very goofy and taking silly pictures with our big Einstein wigs, and it was a lot of fun. But that's where that, balance comes in. It's okay to take breaks and be goofy and be silly every once in a while. And then, be professional in other settings. So my second piece of advice is to remember that what you are doing is really important. Being a CSO is a really big deal because we're inspiring other people to go into STEM careers, to learn about STEM, and to think innovatively and critically. CSOs are kind of a big deal, and some of you on the call know there's a video of me floating around on the CSO International Instagram wearing my Einstein wig, saying that it was really late, we're at an airport, it was a whole thing, but it's a really silly video, so if you want to go find it, you can. But yeah, so, just be professional, but, let your personality shine through, and then remember what you're doing is important. And so this is what I'll leave you with. CSOs don't just gain an interest in STEM, they gain an interest in people becoming scientists, doctors, engineers, electricians, and every other kind of STEM professional that we need to innovate the world. This is why being a CSO is such an amazing opportunity. We're encouraging our peers, and sometimes even people in the community, to become the people who are going to innovate our world, find cures to diseases, create new technology, redesign how we use energy, and so much more. Being a CSO is just so amazing because you're helping people who may not even know that these jobs exist, or that they may not know that they have these passions. You're helping them to discover them and to one day, go into these professions. So yeah, it's a really awesome opportunity. It's a big responsibility, and I'm so happy that all of you chose to be CSOs and to help with this. So yeah, the end.
That was awesome, Mackenzie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on, and what an incredible message. So, wow. All right. So, Jake, are you on? Jake, I don't see him. Okay. So
Jake is on.
Okay, so Jake break. What do you want him to go find? So before
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Jake break. This is your time to get up, have fun, and move around. Stretch those legs. Maybe use a facility or two if you need to, but you need to bring back something and share it for the camera. What I'm looking for today is your go-to comfort before you go to bed, if it's carryable. So do you have a glass of water? Do you have a glass of milk? Do you have your teddy bear? Do you have a blanket? Whatever it may be, bring that go-to comfort before you go to bed and show us on camera. 5 minutes, go! I see faces coming back. So if you have your Jake break, oh, I see a puppy with Jess. Yes, very nice, very nice. What else do we have here? Our comfort. Oh, is that, what is that? Is that a chinchilla? What the heck is that thing?
You talking to me?
Yes.
This is a hairless guinea pig. We actually have 7. This is one of the babies. This is the triplets. This is one of the triplets. This one is mine. His name is Remy. He's a hairless guinea pig, and he's my baby.
Oh my goodness. What else do we got here? Someone's sharing the screen, so I can't. Oh, Kelly apparently wears giant glasses and has her pillow. What else do we have? Let's see. I see Shamu, the killer whale, apparently for Haley.
looks like Isabella has a starfish. I have to get closer. My glasses are in the way.
Ben apparently has, I'm getting old, his earphones. Apparently he jams out to music. John has a giant water cup. Man, John, I got to imagine you're up 27 times if you're drinking that before you go to bed, though. I'm just saying. Valentina's got her water bottle before she goes to bed. That's a cool looking one, too. I like it. What else do we got here? I see Daya has is that a llama?
Spencer, is that your phone? Are you on your phone when, before bed? All that screen time these days. I like your Connect to STEM shirt too. All right, so on the call today, we have Sina Kirk, who wants to present about the Infiniscope project with, in conjunction, we have an advisory council. Some of the members, I'll take these off. We have members of the advisory council on the call, and it's in partnership with Arizona State University and NASA. So Sina, welcome to the call. Take it away.
Thank you. First of all, I have to say this is the most interesting Zoom call I've been on in quite a long time. So thank you for having me all today. And my name is Sina Kirk. I'm the Education Outreach Coordinator for the NASA Infiniscope project. And we are a NASA-funded project based out of Arizona State University to create digital learning experiences for K-12 education. So our goal is to live by this principle of guided discovery, where it's this journey of learning. So where students are empowered to explore. So it's not a linear path, they have options. They're allowed to discover. So they're not simply given answers, but they're allowed to figure things out on their own. And that discovery then sparks more curiosity to explore more and discover more. And so we have this learning loop where students are constantly exploring and discovering and really getting embedded into science. And so that's our goal. And so I'm here today because we've been creating these digital learning experiences for a long time and realized about a year ago that we weren't getting student input during our design process. So we would spend months sometimes building these, what we thought were really cool learning experiences. And then once we got them into the classroom, we realized that maybe we could have done a little bit better if we had included student feedback in our process. And so last year we created a student advisory board. And the goal of the student advisory board was basically to provide us that feedback, to say, hey, you know, kids would really like it if you did this, or, you know, we didn't understand this. What if you provided a little bit more background information? What if you gave us the option to do this? And so we started to get feedback from students, and that really improved our design process. And I think we were able to create things that were much more engaging for education. And so we are looking to continue that this year. And so we are looking for some new CSOs to join us as part of our student advisory board. And your goal would be to really kind of help us develop STEM education materials that are relevant and that really help you to learn and that are engaging and hopefully spark some curiosity in you about STEM. And so you would serve as kind of an advocate for STEM education, and then throughout the process you would be engaging with our team of STEM professionals. And the best part is that you get to do all this cool stuff, and it's really not a huge time commitment. So we will do some training and we'll do some check-in calls, but really over the course of the school year, it's probably about a 10-hour commitment. We do have the option of more time if it's something you're really interested in. This year, our focus is going to be on virtual field trips. And so if you are interested in creating maybe your own virtual field trip on NASA content, that would be something that we could definitely support you with. That would be a little bit more of a time commitment, but at the end, you would have something really awesome that you could share. Of course, in addition to providing feedback on the virtual field trips that we're creating, and also that we have some teachers creating. So if you have any questions, I can answer those. Can we open up a little Q&A?
We sure can. So if you have any questions, you can drop it in the chat. And we're going to go ahead and go to breakouts here in a minute to get logged in and all that good stuff. But you can also email me directly at Kelly at Chief Science Officers once you get into your accounts today. And she also has a Chief Science Officer account called ASU Infiniscope at chiefscienceofficers.org. So you can directly connect with her using your CSO Google. Okay, so let's see. Any other than virtual field trips, what other opportunities are there with Infiniscope?
Okay, great. So typically we would have a lot of different things going on, but I will say this year we're switching development platforms. And so we're in the process of building our own, but at the moment we're using sort of existing platforms. And so the primary focus this year is going to be on virtual field trips. In the future, we may have some other things, but that's what we're focusing on for this year.
If you're brand new to CSO, this is the first time you've been online with us, we want to make sure you get logged in. That was the whole purpose of today. So were you able to get logged in if you have filled out your CSO registration? So that being said, all right, I see another Haley. You're feeling left out because you need to go help him too. Everybody wants to help you now, Hayden. So thanks to Hayden's mom for speaking up. We're so excited. They just absolutely are excited to help him get comfortable and know that you as a parent can reach out directly to all of us too. And Tammy is a mom. She's actually Ben's mom and has been a CSO parent for 5 years since he was like this tall and now he's this tall.
And we are going to be, one of our goals, Hayden's mom, is to have some time for some parent support too as we kind of move through this year in a virtual environment. So just some chat times for parents. So I know when Ben first started, he just finished the 5th grade and I was like, wait, what is this? What are we supposed to be doing? So hopefully we can help support you in that way too this year.
That would be great. It has been a little bit challenging just because he literally just had conversations with the teacher and that's all we've had at this point. So, and he's actually going to miss, I think you're doing a session next week, is that, or the week after?
Yeah, we're doing one on, it's pretty much the same thing. These are 3 opportunities. So last week we had a different group of 50 that were on, just kind of getting logged in and meeting students from around the global network. Like we have Kenya on, we have Arizona, Michigan, Oregon. So students from all over.
Well,
so they can kind of see.
Is this the same thing that you would have done the full day session at SVSU?
Not really, because this at SVSU, it would just be Michigan CSOs and maybe maybe 1 or 2 students from Arizona that came out to train.
Okay, so but this is the same thing?
No, that event, SVSU, I think your event is August 11th, if I'm correct.
He's going to miss that is my point, is we're not going to be here.
Gotcha. Okay, so then stay in contact because we're going to do the real one for us is August 15th, which is a Saturday. And then we'll have more calls like this to just catch them up. So,
okay.
Yep.
And it is a little bit more confusing with the virtual platform. But hopefully, because these that we're doing every Friday, they're just warm-ups for the actual LTI, just to help students and CSOs just understand the minimum of what they need to know for the LTI.
Yeah, and great question for Arizona. We are not having anything in person right now due to the extremely high numbers of COVID. So Arizona will be on the 15th of August for the.
What does LTI mean?
Oh, sorry, Leadership Training Institute. Okay. Jargon, I totally forgot.
We're going to have a parent 101 session here soon.
Yeah, absolutely. So be on the lookout for that. It'll come from my email where you probably got the invite for this one. So we'll have a parent session soon.
Great. We'll get my husband on that one.
All right.
Yeah, and just to second Ben, like it's kind of confusing as a first year CSO. Like you don't really understand kind of what's going on, and especially with like the virtual stuff, not being able to be there at the in-person institute, I can imagine that it would be super confusing and stressful trying to navigate not only the figuring out CSO, but also figuring out all this crazy virtual stuff and new emails and all this stuff. So don't worry, there's lots of people here, lots of CSOs, lots of advisors, lots of people who are willing to help. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to anybody. And we are more than happy to help and make sure that everything gets sorted out and that you feel like you're ready and prepared for the upcoming year as a CSO.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to echo everything CSO Haley said. I know it's a lot right now, but I mean, it's great why we're here. That way we can start looking at those issues and working them out before LTI. I know there are some questions in the chat, but I also know that there were some issues with emails. Ms. Kelly, I understand if we have other programming or if there's something else we need to touch on, so I'm happy to email you or our IT team later on with those concerns if we need to move on and do something else right now. But otherwise, I know there were some CSOs who were having some issues with their emails in one way or another, or at least questions with how they were set up.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know sometimes it goes to your school email, which then blocks incoming emails. So if you registered using your school email like pesd.org and it doesn't accept our email, it would block it. Then we're going to have to talk about who didn't actually receive it. And some people didn't fill out their registration form. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head back into breakout sessions. I'd love Ben and Hayden and Mackenzie. You guys can head out. Hope is going to open that room and you guys will be in your separate room. But we're going to also let you go back into the same room you were in just to ask more questions so we can help you get logged in and kind of explore and get to know each other. But if you do not have anything for G Suite, you haven't seen any email, then I'd like you not to accept your breakout room invite and stay here with me so I can answer those questions one by one, and then we'll send you to breakouts. Does that make sense? All right, so go ahead and open those breakout rooms one more time, Hope. And if, oh, great point, Haley. If you guys, why don't we condense some of the breakout rooms? Hope, would that be possible?
Anything is possible, of course. So let's see, I will go ahead. Right? Exactly. My name is Hope. I'm not hoping it happens. I'm making it happen. Ha ha.
It says couldn't sign you in.
Huh. Okay. Can you make him a co-host so I can see his
Yeah,
slides?
Absolutely.
Or his screen. So at the bottom, Gnome, it's going to have that little green thing where it says share screen. Yep. Okay.
This this is the password you gave me, and then
well, can you copy paste it one more time? Is it the new one you created or the one I sent to you?
No, it didn't give me a choice to create a new one. I pressed forget password and then I put in the one that you sent me, but then.
That's actually not the right one. That's the one you have saved for your personal email.
Oh. So confused right now.
It's okay. I got you.
Okay.
So wherever your Zoom call is, wherever your chat is. It's funny, I was trying to move your screen for you.
Oh. So I put in the email next, and then you gave me these two. Which one do I do?
Use the one that's a UD and sign.
It's saying wrong password.
Okay, so hold on. Let me get you a new one because now it's confused. Because when you say, I forgot my password, it tries to reset it. So don't do anything yet.
Okay.
All right, so let me go back into the reset password. No. Reset. Copy. Done. All right, so now in your, now copy paste this one. Let's see if it works.
Okay. Yes.
Woo!
We did it.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Yep. So now I have to make a password?
Yep.
Okay.
Kelly rocks. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh crap, I was actually on caps lock. It's good that I saw that before I make the password. Oops.
Kelly, Hayden is having the same problem with his password, so I don't know if you can send him a new password, same thing.
Bring him back. You're in. Look at that.
Yep. Thanks. No, I think I'm just gonna have to save the password and then I'm done.
There we go. Okay, cool. All right, so perfect. So in the chat box, I gave you your password. If you want to copy paste that in there.
Yeah.
Everybody say no whammies, no whammies, big bucks, no whammies.
I don't think he can see the chat when he's sharing his screen though.
But I can type it in because it's right here next to me.
And he can see both. He just has to go to the top of his screen and it'll drop down.
Oh, okay. Good to know. I didn't even know that. So I'll use that next time when I share my screen.
Uh-oh. All right. So
Let me try again. Maybe I accidentally typed something off.
yeah, that's why I always copy paste.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And this is why we're having this event. Yay! Click accept, and then it's going to ask you to change and make your own password. You can stop screen sharing so we don't have to see what it is. But that's why we had this whole event, to get things like GNOME registered, because that was so good. All right, Hayden and Ben. Oh, you got both of them. All right. So Hayden, you have your, I'm going to private message your account. Actually, I think Ben sent it to you, but I'll send it to you again. Here is your password privately, and then it's going to prompt you to reset your password. So thank you, Ben. Thank you. That was perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Kelly, how much time do you want me to tell the rest of the rooms?
1 minute. Bring them back.
You got it.
Yeah, Kelly, we came back in advisors because we were kind of wrapping up some thoughts, but mostly I think we just need to confirm emails. So Sandy is from Pendergast, but somebody had sent her that her email was sandy@chiefscienceofficers.org, but I think maybe they didn't know she was an advisor. So Sandy, what school are you at? You have to unmute.
There we go. We're trying. Sorry, it wouldn't unmute. I'm at Rio Vista. I think you came over, Kelly, last year. You did mine and with my CSO last year.
I sure did. And I saw you guys' picture at the Science Bowl. So I'm going to pop it in the chat for you. It's actually Rio Vista CSOs. Let me put it in here. So here is your username, and then I'll reset the password. And pop that in there too. So same thing, we'll get you logged in.
Okay, Rio, can you put it back one more time? Sorry.
Do you see the chat box?
There it is. Okay.
And then Don's, do you need your account information too? You're muted, Don.
Classic Zoom.
Actually, I have my email and password right now, but do I need to log in?
We would like you to log in. Yeah.
Try it.
Kelly, it was so fast. I can't write that fast. I can't.
How will I get how will I go with a login?
Let's put you and Ben in a room. Okay. Oh, actually, she's about to close breakout rooms. Just kidding. Hang on. So let's get Rio Vista in. So it's, do you see your chat box?
Sandy?
Yeah. No.
All right, Sandy, here, I send it again. Did you see it?
Okay, wait, there it is. Okay, sorry. Yeah, there it is. I got it now. Okay.
All right, cool. Now let's ask Don. So you're going to open a new Chrome, a Google. Do you want to share your screen so we can see? Hope will make you a co-host.
Okay, wait a minute. I'll share my screen. Okay.
Kelly, I'm going to hop off because I'm going to go back to this other one. I think we're all set. I think they just needed their login, and we had great conversations, so I'll fill you in later.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much for being here, Tammy.
Thanks. All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. All right, so open just a new tab.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, open a new tab, and Ben, you probably could help. So see where it's got the red circle D?
Yeah.
Click there and add. Let me make it.
Here, so that's the sign in for the Google Chrome. What we want to do is we want to sign in just for Google in general. So instead of clicking that, what you can do is you can go to google.com.
Okay.
And that's why I have Ben on here, because I would have done it there.
There we go.
You can do it there, but it's just easier to do it this way. And then in the top right corner where you see the D, the bigger D below the,
okay.
And then you can click that. Then add another account.
Add another account, okay.
And then you can sign in with the CSO login.
Yeah, okay.
And then Kelly, just let me know when you want me to shut. I'm not doing it right now while we're working on this. Minute is up, but I wanted to wait.
Yeah, it'll be probably just 1 minute once you click accept.
Okay, the next. Password.
Woohoo! There it is.
My number.
It's gonna text you a code.
Oh.
I think he's in. Woo! All right. Hope, go ahead and close the rooms and bring them all back.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm on. Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome. So exciting. Yay. It was very productive. All right, so let's share screen from current slide. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. What a day. We got so much accomplished today. Thank you, thank you. Thank you to our facilitators. I do want to, I think, is Kyra on the call? Are you there?
Hi, I'm here.
Okay, cool. Go ahead with your slide.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Perspective. I'm your host, CSO Kyra, and on behalf of the team, I'd like to say I'd like to welcome you to our new YouTube channel. So basically, what is perspective? A few of you might be asking this question either in your brains or outside the chat, and I'm glad to answer this question for you right now. So basically, Perspective is going to be CSO International's new YouTube channel to highlight the awesome things that you, the CSOs, accomplished during your time with the program. This includes your action plans, meeting with some professionals and legislators, and anything else you think you want to share with the world. We will also be trying to highlight the latest in the STEM world and give in-depth looks at what it actually looks like to work in this field. We're currently set on going to premiere our first episode on July 31st with a premiere party, so look out for a notification for that. And if you want updates on our videos and our upload schedule, go ahead and follow us at Instagram, at PerspectiveCSO. So yeah, that's it. I hope you have an awesome day. And if you want to join Perspective, you can go ahead and email either me or Miss Kelly with a little application, and then we'll be set to go and put you on our team, especially if you're in different regions. We're looking for people in different regions to highlight things going on in their countries or their states.
I will stay on the call if anybody needs any additional support. It probably won't be 45 minutes today because we actually handled quite a few login issues today. I'm so proud of all of the chief science officers that facilitated a breakout room, for the CSOs that joined and worked out the issues and just kind of learned a little bit about what is it going to be like to be a CSO in this new virtual setting that, you know, we wish it was in person. I wish it was in person because I got to travel to all of the states and countries last year. I'm really missing seeing all of your beautiful faces and meeting all of the new CSOs. But as your director of student success, we wanted to have these opportunities for you to meet each other, at least virtually, before the school year starts. So thanks for getting logged in. Thanks for figuring out how to use your G Suite tools. Look for, in the next 2 days, you'll start to see your classroom invites to both your cabinet and your region. So make sure you're on the lookout for those. And we'll, like I said, if you want to join us next week, we're going to have more breakout rooms, more CSOs to meet. So again, shout out to our alumni, CSO Mackenzie from Michigan. She's a rock star. And yeah, keep us posted, WESOs. Don't just hope it happens.
Make it
happen.
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Love you guys. All right, see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Good to see you, Paisley.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.